In the vast cosmos of economics, the forces of supply and demand often act like an invisible hand, as Adam Smith famously suggested, guiding resources and shaping market outcomes. This invisible hand operates subtly yet powerfully, influencing decisions and behaviors without any centralized control. It's a fascinating phenomenon where individual actions collectively lead to efficient market outcomes. Yet just as the universe needs a balance of forces to exist, economies also require a guiding hand to navigate turbulent times and ensure stable growth. This guiding hand is essential during periods of economic instability, such as recessions or financial crises, where market forces alone may not suffice to restore equilibrium. This guiding hand belongs to the government, wielding the powerful tools of macroeconomic policies. Governments step in to correct market failures, provide public goods, and stabilize the economy through various interventions. These policies, broadly categorized as fiscal, monetary, and supply side, aim to influence the overall performance of an economy, much like adjusting the controls of a vast, complex spaceship ensures a smooth journey through the cosmos. Each policy type has its unique mechanisms and tools, designed to address specific economic challenges and objectives. Understanding these policies is crucial for comprehending how governments attempt to steer their economies towards prosperity and stability. By learning about these policies, students and future economists can better appreciate the delicate balance required to maintain economic health. Imagine the economy as a grand orchestra with various instruments representing different sectors. Each sector, like an instrument, plays a vital role in creating a harmonious economic performance. Fiscal policy acts as the conductor, setting the tempo and volume of economic activity through government spending and taxation. By adjusting these levers, the government can stimulate growth during downturns or cool down an overheating economy. Monetary policy, on the other hand, resembles a skilled tuner, adjusting interest rates and the money supply to fine-tune the economy's rhythm. Central banks like the Federal Reserve use these tools to control inflation, manage employment levels, and stabilize the financial system. Finally, supply-side policy focuses on improving the instruments themselves, enhancing productivity and the economy's long-term potential. This involves reforms and investments that make businesses more efficient and competitive. This essay delves into the fascinating world of macroeconomic policies, exploring their mechanisms, objectives, and potential impact. By examining real-world examples and theoretical frameworks, we can better understand how these policies shape our economic landscape. By understanding these policies, we gain valuable insights into the forces shaping our economic realities. This knowledge empowers us to make informed decisions, whether as policymakers, business leaders, or informed citizens, contributing to a more stable and prosperous society. Just as individuals and families manage their finances through budgets, governments also rely on a budgetary framework to guide their economic decisions. This framework is crucial for maintaining economic stability and ensuring that resources are allocated efficiently. The government budget outlines its planned spending and revenue sources for a specific period, typically a year. This document is meticulously prepared and involves input from various departments and agencies to ensure comprehensive coverage of all financial aspects. It serves as a roadmap for how the government intends to allocate resources and finance its various programs and initiatives. These programs can range from social welfare schemes to infrastructure projects, each playing a vital role in the nation's development. At its core, the government budget reflects a fundamental economic principle: balancing income and expenses. This balance is crucial for maintaining fiscal health and avoiding excessive debt. When the government spends more than it collects in revenue, it runs a budget deficit. This situation can lead to increased borrowing and higher interest payments, which can strain future budgets. This deficit represents a gap between its income and expenditure, requiring the government to borrow funds to cover the difference. Borrowing can be done through various means, such as issuing bonds or taking loans from international organizations. Conversely, when the government's revenue exceeds its spending, it achieves a budget surplus, indicating a healthy financial position. A surplus can be used to pay down existing debt or invest in future projects. The government's budget serves multiple crucial functions. It is not just a financial document, but a strategic tool that shapes the country's economic landscape. First, it acts as a planning tool, enabling policymakers to prioritize spending on essential services such as healthcare, education, and infrastructure. These priorities reflect the government's commitment to improving the quality of life for its citizens. Second, it serves as a communication device, informing citizens about the government's fiscal priorities and how it plans to allocate taxpayer dollars. Transparency in this process helps build public trust and ensures that taxpayers understand how their money is being used. Third, the budget acts as a control mechanism, ensuring accountability and transparency in government spending. This control is essential for preventing misuse of funds and ensuring that financial resources are used effectively. Understanding the government budget is essential for comprehending the complexities of fiscal policy, as it provides the framework within which governments make decisions about taxation and spending to influence the overall economy. This understanding helps citizens engage more effectively in public discourse and hold their leaders accountable for financial decisions. The national debt represents the total amount of money a government owes to its creditors. It accumulates over time when a government runs consistent budget deficits, borrowing to cover the shortfall between its spending and revenue. While the concept of debt often carries negative connotations, the national debt is a complex issue with nuanced implications for an economy. A moderate level of national debt can be manageable and even beneficial for economic growth. Government borrowing can finance investments in infrastructure, education, and other essential services, fostering long-term economic expansion. Moreover, issuing government bonds, a common method of borrowing, provides investors with a relatively safe and liquid asset class. However, excessively high levels of national debt can pose significant risks to an economy. Large interest payments on the debt can crowd out other essential government spending, such as investments in education or healthcare. Additionally, a high debt-to-GDP ratio can erode investor confidence, leading to higher borrowing costs and potentially hindering economic growth. Managing the national debt requires a delicate balancing act. Governments must strive to maintain a sustainable level of debt while also making strategic investments to promote economic growth and improve the well-being of their citizens. Taxation, the lifeblood of any modern government, represents the compulsory contributions levied on individuals and businesses to fund public services and initiatives. These contributions are essential for the functioning of a society, ensuring that the government can provide the necessary infrastructure and services that citizens rely on daily. Taxes form the primary source of revenue for governments, enabling them to provide essential services such as healthcare, education, infrastructure, and national defense. Without these funds, it would be impossible to maintain the quality and availability of these critical services, which are fundamental to the well-being and security of the population. Understanding the various types of taxes, their rationale, and their impact on the economy is crucial for comprehending the complexities of fiscal policy. This knowledge helps citizens and policymakers make informed decisions about how to structure and implement tax systems that are fair and effective. Taxes can be broadly categorized into direct and indirect taxes. Each type has its own set of rules, implications, and effects on different segments of the economy. Direct taxes are levied on the income, profits, and wealth of individuals and corporations. These taxes are typically progressive, meaning that they take a larger percentage from those who earn more. Examples include income tax, corporate tax, and property tax. These taxes are directly paid to the government by the individual or organization on whom they are imposed. Indirect taxes, on the other hand, are levied on the consumption of goods and services. These taxes are usually included in the price of the product or service, making them less visible to the consumer. Examples include sales tax, value-added tax, VAT, and excise duties. These taxes are collected by intermediaries, such as retailers, who then pass them on to the government. Furthermore, taxes can be classified based on their structure: progressive, regressive, or proportional. Each structure has different implications for income distribution and economic behavior. Progressive taxes take a larger percentage of income from higher income earners, while regressive taxes take a larger percentage from lower income earners. This can lead to debates about fairness and the best way to achieve economic equity. Proportional taxes, as the name suggests, levy the same percentage on all income levels. This means that everyone pays the same rate, regardless of how much they earn. Governments implement taxation for a multitude of reasons. Beyond generating revenue, taxes can influence economic behavior and achieve broader social goals. Primarily, taxes generate revenue to fund public services and initiatives that benefit society as a whole. These services include everything from healthcare and education to infrastructure and national defense. Additionally, taxes can be used to redistribute income, reduce income inequality, and promote social welfare. By taxing higher incomes at higher rates, governments can fund programs that support those in need. Moreover, taxes can discourage undesirable activities, such as smoking or polluting, by increasing their costs. These so-called sin taxes aim to reduce harmful behaviors and promote a healthier, more sustainable society.